Hey, welcome to season 2 of the Bookless Pete Show. This is a story I was going to tell a long time ago, and I stopped making videos. I don't know why. Just got out of the habit. Now I'm going to try and do some more. We'll see how it goes. In another Airbnb, back in the Balkans. The title is a little clickbaity. If I put the title on it, then I'm planning on it. But I did lose my Amazon account when I was in Spain. I got locked out of it for suspicious activity because I was trying to use my credit card on my account to order stuff for me, which since my account's based in the U.S., they didn't like that very much. And I kept trying with different cards, so finally they said, you're blocked. Call us, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. It was about 3 months ago now. I was going to make a video of it, and I've decided later it wasn't that important because I did get the account back. But it was interesting in light of recent videos that have gone out, in light of Amazon's new policy about not letting people download their videos. I know I've made videos about my issues with Amazon before, but I saw a couple good ones recent ones by Criminali and who else? A couple other good ones. Actually, everybody's been talking about it. So I'll link to some of those in there. By the time I get this up, it'll be too late for you to save your Amazon books anyway by downloading them. Long story short, Amazon's now going to stop in the next couple of days allowing people to download their own books, which they paid for, which kind of got me thinking about the situation I had last summer when they locked me out of my account. Because what happened was, they blocked me. They said there was suspicious activity. They locked my account, which I thought, okay, I'll work it out eventually. I'll prove that I'm me somehow. Prove that I'm just trying to give them money to buy products and services from the everything store, and they'll let me back in. But there was a few days I had to wait to get for them to respond to emails and stuff like that. And in the meantime, I was completely lost access to Amazon. Turned on my Kindle, logged into my Kindle, which was I usually keep it in airplane mode, but it wasn't at that time, so it wiped my Kindle clean. And I thought, great, now I can't read anything. So I go to Audible to listen to an audiobook. And of course, that's owned by Amazon too. And it wiped all my audiobooks. And I'm not a current member of Audible. These are books I downloaded in the past. I couldn't access them anymore because I no longer had an Amazon account. So, everything was on the up and up. I eventually got all that stuff back. I re-downloaded all my Kindle books back to my device, which had been wiped, and I logged back into Audible on my phone, and then I was able to access the books, which I thought were downloaded on my phone, but apparently they're only pretend downloaded or something. My point being, long story short, if you ever lose your Amazon account, you can't get access to stuff, so you would want to download them separately, which, as I speak here, you can only do for the next 4 days. And as Criminali mentioned and other people mentioned, it's extremely tedious process to go through there and download every single one of your books. You can't even do it in batches or anything on the Kindle store to download your own damn books. It's not that big a deal. I went back into it. I decided a while ago I don't really care that much about the books I own there. Most of them I bought on an impulse. I'm not going to save them anyway, so I decided not to go in and download each one of them. I think I have about 700 books, but a lot of them are free books that I got for different reasons, either on deals or public domain books, that kind of thing, that I'm probably not going to read. However, so I had made the decision after that, I'm just done with Amazon. I bought this thing a while ago. In fact, ironically, I bought this through the Amazon store. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Boox Palma. Looks huge there, but it's phone sized. here's my phone. So it's phone size. I had watched a lot of reviews about it. I just love this thing. I still have my regular Kindle too. I really use it as a mouse pad. I don't hardly ever use it. There's the size difference. It's opening a dictionary now. I really love this for one-hand reading. I used to read this with one hand, laying in bed, dropped it on, chipped my teeth. Many times I've injured myself by dropping my phone when I'm holding it. Dropping my Kindle when I'm holding it with one hand. Don't have that problem with this thing. It's just an incredible device. It's basically, has, the app capabilities of a phone there. I don't know if you can see that, but, you can see, here's the Kindle app. There's the Kindle Store app. The Amazon Store app. There is the Libby app, which is where I do most of my reading and my audiobook collecting anyway. And I was going to eventually get you could put your email on there and stuff too, which makes it easier for downloading books. Anything on a phone except making calls. You can listen to audiobooks on it. I've had some problems listening to audiobooks on this. With my Bluetooth or different things, or just the app getting the app crashing and things like that. But I really just use it for reading. And what am I reading right now? We might as well talk about a book here. Oh, look at this. Okay, this is a whole different subject. So, I'll skip it for now. But I went a while without reading much, with doing a lot of audiobooks in Spain, especially when I was there. I had a fantastic time in Spain. But that's all over now. I only got 90 days there, and I hated to leave. I loved it so much. I'd love to move there, but I don't know. I would have to figure out stuff. I want to move every place I've been. And I did not leave there voluntarily. It was just 90 days were up, so I had to find some place to go. I came back to Albania for a while. I would never voluntarily leave a country where people call me caballero. So maybe I'll get to go back to Spain sometime. I think I will. Anyway, I'm way off topic now. So what I had done, I bought, there's Ed McBain, Mr. Ed McBain. I wanted to show you the cover, but it's not going to show off there. But I had decided after this debacle with Amazon, and this was back at the end of last year, so November or something, where all of us went through and was like, I'm done with it. I'll get a Kobo all-inclusive sort of, payment plan or whatever. Kobo has a deal kind of like Kindle Unlimited, except it's much more flexible. Never got around to it though, because I have stuff on here to read. So that I'm done buying Kindle books because I don't trust them. Because I've seen, by my own evidence, that if anything ever happened to my account, I don't know what it would be. I wouldn't commit fraud or anything like that. But it did point up the fact that Amazon can delete your account at any time. And now you have, unless you download all your books separately and you want to go through all the bullshit of doing each book through Calibre, I think it's officially called, and stripping all the DRM yourself. And as a side note, not every single book on Amazon has DRM. A lot of self-published books, a lot of indie published books don't, because in Kindle Direct Publishing, you have the option of whether to include it or not. You can uncheck the box for DRM and post your things DRM free. So not every single book that you buy from Amazon has DRM in it. However, it's moot after February 26th, because you're not going to be able to download your own damn books anyway. So for me, this is just an opportunity of why I should go back to my plan of last summer that I got lazy about, of not buying any more books from Kindle. Because what happened over the last few months, and I was having so much fun with my Boox Palma, and I'm already set up on the Kindle store, and of course they make it very easy for you to order stuff. I started buying a lot of books again. I bought because I've been loving Ed McBain so much, I bought this detective series he has, the Matthew Hope books. I think there's about 13 or 16 of those. I bought them as a batch. And I think, what did that set me back? Like $50 or something for the whole set. For 13 books, not that bad. I've hardly spent any money on anything. Not to brag, but I'm very frugal. So I've been buying a lot of books lately. Then I bought all the Conan books, all the Robert E. Howard books, the Del Rey omnibus editions. That's 3 volumes of Conan, 1 of Cull, 1 of his horror stories, 1 of Bran McMorn, 1 of I think The Sword Woman and other stories, and historical fantasies. I think there's 6 or 7 of those. Those were not cheap. Those are, I gotta say, maybe around $10 each or something. Of course, every time I buy some books there, I get more points for more discounts back to other books. Sorry, Steve Donahue. I got to drink some water. Very out of practice. Posting, uploading. So I had been spending money again on Kindle books, which because the whole hectic problem of losing my account was out of my mind. And then I had planned to buy 2 more long series of books. I really love the Donald Westlake books. I thought about buying the Dortmunder books, and I was definitely going to buy the Rex Stout Nero Wolfe series. The whole series, I think, is set 48 books, something like that. I think it was around $166. That was the end of last month. I thought, well, I'll wait. I had a lot of expenses this month, flying here and everything, and I thought, it doesn't really matter month by month, but I just have this thing about spending too much money in a month. I'm going to spend it either way, so it didn't matter. So I thought, well, okay, I'll just wait till March when I do my expenses again, and then I'm going to buy all those Rex Stout books just so I have them. The library has them. I read them one at a time. I've read them before, but I wanted to have them. And then this thing came up about of Amazon preventing you from owning your books any longer, which is what it is. I mean, you do not own these books, and people and before, when I put up when I and other people put up anti-Amazon posts last year, some people thought we were like being overly dramatic or something, but you don't. These books are not your books. They're not going to reverse this policy. They're not going to explain why they did this policy, because that's just Amazon, the way they are. It's the way they've always been. I've seen outside of this a little bit on BookTube about people doing their download your books now videos. There's nothing official from Amazon. There's no complaints from any of the rest of the bigger part of the world, because nobody really cares about ebooks. The whole Amazon world is just focused on Jeff Bezos is just focused on getting in good with the current administration, and and how finally he can chop up James Bond into IP and content. So that's what they're thinking about. They're gonna treat Ian Fleming the way they treated J.R.R. Tolkien, and no one's gonna care. So Amazon doesn't care. So I guess my final point is to say that this has already cost them money, because I'm definitely not spending $166 on Rex Stout novels from Amazon. I'm just going to go to Kobo and buy them. They're not exclusive to Amazon, I don't think, or I'll just deal with checking them out from the library when I want them. They're quite popular, so they're not always available when I want to read them. And I would never, until I forget again, I guess, I'm going to go with another platform to buy books. And so I don't know why Amazon did this. I don't know why I just think it's just arrogance and hubris. They know they can. They know that most people are locked in and they're not going to bother. But now that I've got this, this is what do you say? I mean, it's neutral. It's not an Amazon device. Any e-reader that has a phone app will run on this thing, and then it just then it's just like a regular, it really doesn't matter. Sometimes I forget which platform I'm reading on, whether it's Libby or Amazon. So I'll get around someday when I need more books. I'm going to try and read as many of my Amazon books as I want. I'm not going to bother to try and download stuff because I don't have the computer space anyway. I don't want to buy because I live out of one suitcase. If you're new here, I've been traveling for the last couple of years. I don't own anything except what I can carry. So to buy a thumb drive or something to carry around, like my DRM stripped ebooks, not that important to me because frankly, most of the ebooks I have, I forget I have anyway. It's not like I'm looking at them all the time. I had to stop and cough. So I can understand why people are very upset. I would be upset if I really didn't already think of my Kindle books as a sunk cost anyway. And I've gotten rid of so much stuff over the last few years that I don't mind if I lose my books. If I lose them, I lose them. I'll have plenty of other stuff to read because I mostly read old stuff in the public domain or I check out from the library. But that doesn't make me any more pleased about Amazon, and I just wanted to let people know that if you lose that account, you lose everything. So just keep that in mind when you buy books. There are a lot of books that are only available, if you like ebooks, there are a lot of books that are only available on Amazon because of Amazon's restrictive publishing things. If you want to be in certain programs with them, a lot of indie authors especially are locked into just using Amazon, and if they do what's called going wide, which means distribute their ebooks, their independently published books to every platform, Amazon sort of punishes them with the algorithm and things like that. And Amazon is probably the best place for discoverability for books. So if you want to make a living as an independent published author in the ebook field, you have to have good access to Amazon. But as a reader, I don't have to, and I'll just bear in mind when I send any money to Amazon that they call it a purchase, but it is not a purchase. It is them suffering me. It is them deigning to allow me to give them money to have a book as long as they decide I can have it, and then they'll get rid of it. So maybe I'll do some more videos. I would like to. I just sort of sick of my face and sick of my backgrounds and sick of my lack of editing, and maybe I'll get ambitious and try and clean these up and do try and do better audio and things like that, because it's not that satisfying to me to do these kind of videos. But I wanted to add my 2 cents to it, and I hope you're all well. I'm trying to keep up with people's videos. It's so hard because there's so many great channels out there. So we'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you guys later.